I was on a co-op term in the winter 2020, and unfortunately it got cut short because of COVID-19.
I was working in San Jose, but since then I've had to fly back to Canada, and now I'm continuing to work remotely.
I'm currently staying at like an Airbnb, so I'm not at home.
I've been doing a lot of jigsaw puzzles and trying to get into the habit of painting.
Oh my god, I've gotten obsessed with baking cookies. I've made about 80 in just 1 week.
Yeah, I've definitely felt lonely at times. I do really miss my friends, my coworkers and stuff.
And of course, Waterloo has moved everything online for the spring term, so at least school will be going forward.
So my parents are immigrants from China. They immigrated in like the 1990 something, and I was born and raised in Canada. I have a younger sister, and my parents have 2 daughters. And something that kind of like is ingrained in a way is almost like a preference for boys. And that kind of stems from the perception that boys are able to do more, whether it's like computer science, math, or just like as a whole, they have more like career potential in a way. So my mom is a computer scientist, or software developer, as we call it. And I think that's what kind of motivated me to go into computer science as well. I knew there were going to be challenges. I saw it from like my mom growing up.
My mom has always been a teacher, and as I grew older, I realized, okay, I really like math, and I think I'm really good at it. And so I thought, okay, no, I want to teach math.
I found myself very interested in STEM-related fields and really enjoying math class.
For me, I've always been pretty good at math. In high school, everyone was forced to do the math contest, but I was always excited to do it. Every year I participated in the math contests and like realized that every year there was fewer and fewer girls. If you're one of the few girls, I think it is expected that you kind of will shrink away and not be a part of the conversation.
When you go to school and everyone around you, in your like CS classes, most of them are guys. It puts you in a place where you're like, yeah, I'm probably not good enough.
You probably only got the job because you're a woman.
You feel like everyone is so much better than you and then actually deserves to be here, and you just like schemed your way in.
And I remember just being so terrified at the thought of taking a computer science course. I didn't really see myself as a person who was good at tech or good with computers.
I think there was a saying that I heard. It was like, you can't be what you can't see.
The higher up you go in the chain of command, the people, the more men there are.
Out of the entire company, I think I'm one of maybe maximum 3 girls.
20% of the tech industry identify as female. And of that 20%, only 5% are in leadership roles. That's tiny.
I'll be doing a remote internship in Seattle for a software engineering role. It's my first time working like outside of Canada, so it's like it's a pretty big deal for me. I was really questioning whether or not like I actually deserved the position, and I was thinking like they probably just hired me because like they were looking for females to like fill their diversity quota. And I think that like did stay with me for a pretty long time. I was able to talk to like one of my upper year friends, Bonnie. She's also in computer science.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? And I remember you telling me that they're not going to be interviewing you if you're just for some diversity quota. It's the same type of rigor that any other person going for that role has to do.
I'm so glad I was able to help you, and it's great that you're feeling more comfortable now. Do you think women in math somehow had imposter syndrome?
Even me and you talking in this conversation, both of us have said, I think like, you know, women aren't bad at math. Like, we're not bad at this. We're not bad. We're not bad. Yeah, we're not bad. But no, we are good. We are good at math. And that's okay to say. I wanted to become a teacher ever since I was little because my mom has been a teacher all her life.
You would absolutely become that role model for so many women that would come into your classes and see someone that's really great at math.
Thank you so much. That is so encouraging.
I definitely think focusing quantitatively on your achievements is a really good way to convince yourself and affirm within yourself, hey, like that's something that you did and the numbers prove it.
Don't take a sideline spot. Get a chair and sit at the table and actively participate in the conversation.
It can be easy to feel out of place or like you don't fully belong there. So look for those support systems.
You will face challenges, you will face your own limitations, and that's fine because you're going to have people here to support you.
Finding that community really helps bring you up. Putting that into perspective and helping me realize that I wasn't the only one facing this gave me more assurance and like helped me feel less of like an outsider. You can do it. You're not alone.